Factsverse presents. When experts studied DNA from Loch Ness, they made a mind-boggling discovery about the monster. Before we get into our video, jump down to the comments and let us know if you believe the Loch Ness Monster really exists. Also, be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss our future videos. Loch Ness. It's a murky body of water located in the country's highlands. For many years, there have been stories and rumors about a monster living beneath the water called the Loch Ness Monster, affectionately known as Nessie. The beast is as mysterious as Bigfoot. People have claimed to have seen the beast, but there's no proof of its existence. A team of scientists has been studying the loch. They performed extensive DNA testing, hoping to determine whether or not the legendary monster ever lived there or if it even still does. Professor Neil GEMMELL is a geneticist who started this study. He believed that his water sampling project might turn heads if he incorporated the famous creature into the study. Before the team launched the research, Neil stated that they could reveal more about the entire loch and not just the renowned monster. The first time the Loch Ness Monster was mentioned was in a newspaper article where a person named D. Mackenzie saw the creature squirming in the water. That was in the 1870s. In 1933, two eyewitnesses claimed to have seen what was a creature with the body of a whale. They claimed to have seen the beast rolling through the water, and it was described for the first time as a monster. The couple in question were Aldi and John McKay. They were driving along Loch Ness April 15, 1933, when Aldi saw a massive creature in the water. The story was reprinted in 2017 in the Inverness Courier. The headline read, "Strange Spectacle in Loch Ness." The article quoted what Aldi said, and it read, "The creature disported itself, rolling and plunging for fully a minute. Its body resembled that of a whale, and the water cascading and churning like a simmering cauldron. Soon it disappeared in a boiling mass of foam." Aldi said that when the beast plunged into the water, it created waves that were large enough to have been created by a passing steamer. That same year, a man named George Spicer claimed to have seen the monster while driving around Loch Ness with his wife. He claimed to have seen the creature crossing the road in front of him, and it was carrying another animal in its mouth. He claimed the creature had a long neck and a high back. He also said that it had webbed feet. George compared it to a dragon or a prehistoric animal. In November 1933, Hugh Gray claimed to have captured the monster on film. The blurry photo had critics and many others believing that it was a photo of his Labrador fetching a stick in the water. Because Hugh had actually taken his dog to Loch Ness that day, nobody believed his story. 6 months later, though, a gynecologist named Robert Kenneth Wilson took the famous photo of Nessie but didn't want the newspapers to mention his name. Many people don't believe in Loch Ness, and they have theories to explain what Robert captured on film. Some say it's an elephant's long trunk. They think a traveling circus may have brought the elephant to Loch Ness for a swim, and that's what Robert caught on film. In 2013, Jeremy Wade claimed that the Loch Ness Monster was actually a Greenland shark. He says that the dimensions would fit perfectly. Also, with the abundance of salmon in the water, the shark could have lived there for many years. There are some who believe Nessie is actually a large specimen of Welsh catfish. Unfortunately, nobody's been able to confirm whether or not the monster actually exists. There have been a few photographs over the years, and to this day millions of people head to the Highlands hoping to catch a glimpse of Nessie. Until Neil came along, nobody ever tried to prove scientifically that Nessie actually exists. He and his team visited Loch Ness for 2 weeks and gathered plenty of water samples. He analyzed the water samples to see what genetic material it contained. When experts studied the DNA, they made a mind-boggling discovery. Some of the research determined the small creatures inhabited Loch Ness. They also found DNA from humans, pigs, sticklebacks, and deer. Based on the research, there were no seals, elephants, or catfish in the water. They did, however, find traces of DNA from a giant eel. According to Neil, giant eels just continue to grow rather than reproducing. He found no DNA that was unidentifiable, though, so there's no giant dinosaur out in the water, at least according to his studies. In the end, Neil's research showed up more negative evidence than positive, which casts even more doubt on the possibility that the Loch Ness Monster exists. Neil says that there still is a level of uncertainty. It may not be front-page news, but it's captured the imagination of many. Subscribe for more.